Hi, Buddy Sims here from Omaha, Nebraska, back for week 9's competition of the Next Stop Nail Artist Competition, this week sponsored by CND. And I'm going to go over my inspiration for my first design here for you. It's going to be a very quick tutorial, but I wanted to let you know exactly where I was coming from with this design. I watched several different videos of the Blondes Spring 2014 fashion line. Of course, there were quite a few summer looks in there as well, but the one I loved the most was a metallic corset design. In turn, that was also Jan Arnold's favorite design, the co-founder of CND, and for the event that evening, she wore a barely there, nearly nude type of dress that showed that kind of metallic corset. So I wanted to use those colors, but I was also inspired by another design in the line. And to really recreate that look, I wanted to use something outside of the box like VHS tapes, for example. So what I'm going to do is just kind of show you what I did to create this design. Right here on the desk, I have started a nail for us here. Polished it plain black and then just brought 2 square white stripes down the side. Try to line them up as much as possible for us here. There was a design, it was kind of a long sleeve shirt dress that had this exact same shape, and what I wanted to do was recreate the dress itself. I started a piece of clear gel, and then what I did was actually laid a piece of VHS tape right over it. I'm gonna take more clear gel to seal in the VHS. I have already played around with this, so I know that the VHS does actually adhere to the gel. So I'm just gonna do another layer of gel right over the top here. Thick enough to just cover it. You wanna lay it as smoothly as possible. Try not to have any bubbles in there because we really want them to be smooth and have that metallic sheen to them. We're going to just pop them into our light here to cure. Now, as you can see right here in front of me, I already have a few pieces pre-made for us here just to help expedite the look here. What I did after it cured was I actually took scissors and cut out each individual square. I made a lot of different sizes for the design. So like this one here didn't turn out quite perfectly, so I'm going to trim it real quick and just make a couple smaller squares. If you need to use some tweezers, go right ahead. So, and then to adhere the pieces to the design, I used clear acrylic. Initially I thought I was going to use gel, but ultimately I decided the acrylic worked better. You're going to take tiny, tiny beads of clear acrylic, and if you're fast enough, you can place 1 or 2 at a time here. Or more should you be faster than that. So I don't want them too wet because I don't want them to pool over the nail. And then I'm just going to take a piece of my VHS inlaid in gel, and I'm going to place it on our clear acrylic here. And then basically what I'm going to do is just continue to layer these pieces, making sure that none of the clear acrylic is exposed. I want them to be completely random. I have quite a few different sizes that I'm going to use. It's like this next one, I really kind of want to use a big one. So to kind of hide our seams and some of that exposed acrylic, I'm just going to stick one of these bigger ones on top. Now in the design itself for the runway, these little squares moved on the dress. So I wanted to take a little piece of chain, and I'm going to actually cut little snippets of the chain like this here. And then with the pieces that I had that were actually already kind of pried open like that, that's what I'm going to use to clip onto the little squares. Alright, and what I did was opened one of the rings on the silver chain, and as you can see, the black VHS is already kind of inside it. I'm just going to take my pliers to lightly press them together, making sure not to damage the VHS. And now you can see it's actually affixed to the chain itself. So what I'm going to do next is take another little bead of clear acrylic. I want this one to be just a little more wet so I can actually press the chain into it. Lay this down, grab the end of my chain. I'm going to carefully lay it on the design. Yes, this is kind of difficult, may take a couple tries. Just like that, perfect. And then if you feel like you need to add another bead of acrylic on top of it to really help hold that chain down, go right ahead. What we're gonna do later on is continuing to layer all of these squares over the top until the whole black section is completely full. Of course, most importantly, we're gonna cover up the chain as well as any other exposed little pieces of clear acrylic. I do already have the completed design finished, and this is what it's gonna look like here when you're all done. Like I said, many different layers. I still kept that T shape to the design with the white up the sides. And then I'm gonna show you exactly how we have some movable pieces. I put one at the bottom here, and there's actually one right in the middle here as well. Just lightly moves around a little bit, but just enough so when the model's going down the runway, you can see the lights flashing back and forth as the design moves. So this completes design 1 of 3 for the Blonde Spring Summer 2014 collection. Check out my other 2 videos to see what else I created for this particular challenge, and definitely make sure to hop on to ntna.nailsmag.com and vote for Buddy. Thanks so much.